Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So as you know, I'm practicing my get ready with me, and today it's kind of like an everything day minus my hair. So I figured I'd do a YouTube video today and talk about life for a second. If you feel like life is just passing you by and you don't really have any sense of direction or knowing where to turn to, or kind of just feeling lost within yourself, that means it's time for you to start your spiritual growth or your personal growth journey. You're lost because you are unsure. You're not very aware of yourself and the current situation that you're in. Thus meaning, yes, you may feel stagnant. You might feel this bit of discomfort of not really understanding your path, where you're meant to be. I'm gonna start real fast with my ice water and my lion's mane. If you're wondering, lion's mane is really good for focusness, so I like to add about 3 full droppings. I'm sure you can get lion's mane anywhere. Just try to find a credible source. I got mine from a farmer's market in DC. This is a time for you to really sort out what it is that you want for yourself. And most of the time, it's the idea in the back of your mind that you cannot stop thinking about. And that alone should give you some sort of guidance or clarity of your path in life, because we all have a vision for ourselves. We all know what it is that we want to do deep down. And another thing, we have the answers within us. You never need to seek external validation to understand what you are trying to do with your life. Yes, you can have guidance, people guide you, but ultimately, if nobody's life is a reflection of what you want to be or who you want to become, you ultimately should not be taking advice from those people. By the way, I'm going in with this Peekaboo AHA PHA Skin Perfecting Toner, just cleaning my skin before going in with all the other products, because you want to have a fresh face, a fresh foundation. With that being said, once you do that self-work and really sit down with yourself to understand who you are as a person, what your flaws are, what you fear the most, what you need to overcome, what you struggle with, really getting to know and identify yourself is step 1. Next thing you'll probably need to do is teach yourself some skills. So that might be discipline or consistency, really sticking through with your promises. Are you a person that keeps your promises? Do you do what you say you're going to do? You have to take action for what it is that you want. And nobody is going to do this for you, so you have to muster up the courage eventually to take that first step and face yourself. You have to learn to face yourself, because the only way you're going to overcome these certain obstacles is if you identify them. You have to be self-aware. Now, once you become self-aware, I will say you will struggle with it a bit, because it opens up this whole new perspective of you, and you'll understand like the mistakes you've made when you were younger, or even mistakes you've made a week ago, a year ago. You really get to understand your behavior, what caused you to be the way that you are, what caused you to be fearful of certain things, what's caused you to doubt yourself. Next, I'm going in with Kapari. This is the Niacinamide and Caffeine Eye Bright Serum. It's really dry where I'm at, like super dry. I think it's like 15 degrees right now, and winter is brisk out here, and my skin has not really been doing well. So as I'm starting my curly hair journey, I'm also trying to get back into the rhythm of taking care of my skin. I was supposed to shave my face too, but I can't find my razors, and it was really bothering me. Now, once you get the idea and everything starts to become clearer, that's when you need to put your plan into action. And it all goes back to what I said previously, is just really facing yourself and allow yourself to overcome these challenges that you face from within. The only growth you need to worry about in life is being better than the person you were yesterday. It's not a competition with anything external, not the person next to you, nobody in your friend group, nobody in your family. It's you versus you. So identify the bad habits and the traits that you possess so that you can become this new person. But you can't just expect yourself to be this whole new person overnight. It takes time. And I talked about it before. In a world of instant gratification, you have to learn to be okay with the process and trusting it. Because once you do it the right way, you're going to thank yourself very much for one, sticking with it, keeping your promises, doing what you say you're going to do, and getting into the best shape of your life. Because I wholeheartedly believe that you shouldn't just exist. You should take control of your life, understand what you're asking for, have a goal, have a plan, and work towards it every single day, because that is what's going to fulfill you in life. It's not all of this temporary satisfaction. It's the long-term game that you need to face and be okay with. So do you need more education? Are you shying away from that? Because the only way to grow, you have to learn to keep evolving. So educate yourself, learn good habits, learn to read, learn to push past discomfort in the gym. And it all comes around full circle in the end as you get more in tune with this new version of yourself. And it's not even a new version, it's a version of you that exists and that you want to become. But know that you have to put in the work to see that person. I don't have a gua or anything, so I'm just gonna go in with my hands. Excuse me as I'm talking, doing this. You are so powerful, and it's more than you know. Because while you're trying to hide and shy away, there's so many people out there with the same skills as you, the same potential, that is going after it. Because why? They're not scared, because they face themselves. They did the work that they needed to do to get them to where they want to be. And you look at that, and I'm not gonna say in envy. For some people it may be envy, but you should look at it more so for inspiration. Because if they can do it, know that you can do it too, and you have just as much equality as the next person. And we all struggle with our personal battles, but you have people out here who are disabled going harder than you, and you have your full health. And that's not to compare, it's just to change your perspective, to know that there are no excuses. You need to get yourself up, you need to get yourself going, because you are responsible for yourself. Quick break. Next, I'm going in with this QMS. This is a lip line correcting serum that I'm just gonna go put on my lips. And if you're wondering where I got these products from, they've come from my BoxyCharm subscription. You get a choice to either learn the discomfort of discipline or the comfort of regret. And looking back, you're going to be so mad at yourself. Like, I'm telling you this now. The longer you wait, the more you're going to regret it, because you're very much capable in this moment to just start. You don't need to be an expert. You don't need to be good at the thing that you're trying to do. All you need to do is start. And when you release those expectations off yourself, that you have to be perfect, that you have to know everything in the beginning, that's crazy. You don't need to know everything. It's a process. You're learning. Be patient with yourself and absorb it, and just put in the work every single day to get you to where you're trying to be. You don't need to overcomplicate it. Know what you know in this moment and go with it. You will get better as you grow. Nobody is perfect at what they do. No matter who your idol is, who you're looking up to, where they're at in life, they weren't always there. Sometimes, yes, it is handed to people, but there's a lot of people in this world who have actually worked for what it is that they have. They have come from nothing and made something from nothing. And you have the capability to do so. So the next time that you look at somebody in envy, ask yourself, are you even going hard enough? Are you even doing anything for yourself instead of just comparing, instead of just watching somebody else live their life and not taking that responsibility to fulfill yours? I'm here. So the next time that you look at somebody in envy, ask yourself, are you even doing enough? I feel like she's about to attack me. Ask yourself if you are even doing enough to fulfill your own life before judging somebody else and hating on somebody else, but not taking the time to look and step back to see what it is that you're doing. Learn to live in gratitude, being thankful for what you have in this current moment while you're working towards what you want. Express the grace, give yourself forgiveness. Know that you've made mistakes before, but you don't have to constantly live in that state. You don't have to constantly beat yourself up. Know that you messed up, learn from your mistake, and do better moving forward. You don't have to keep beating yourself up, because that is also going to keep you stagnant and paralyze you from moving forward, from truly healing. It's okay, we're humans. You know how many imperfect people are out here, and for you to try to compare yourself to the next person as if they've never messed up, as if they've never made a mistake, you're wrong. We are all sinners. We all have done things that we are not proud of. We have all done things that we wish we could have changed, that we could have done differently when we come to this state of knowing and realization. But just know that that's a part of you, and send extra love and compassion to that version of you that one is no more, that you've grown from, and that you can make sure that you are doing better moving forward. Life is not easy. We are not giving a blueprint at birth. You are the one navigating this life. You do what makes you happy in your soul and your vessel for your time here, and just look to fulfill life. Don't just seek to exist, because you can create beautiful things in this lifetime. And once you start to really practice that mindset shift, the easier it becomes, of course. When you're stuck in a negative space, it's hard to see the light. It's hard to overcome this mental battle, especially when you're so far gone. When you are in this constant negative loop and you've attracted anxiety, you've attracted depression, you've attracted struggle, you've attracted so many negative things, because that is where your mind is at. If that is what your mind is programmed, that is what your brain is going to seek. So you have to stick with your personal growth and truly muster up the courage to face yourself and be real and honest with yourself, because you can't give anybody your best. I know you've heard this before. You cannot give anybody your best if you are not giving it to yourself. You have to learn to love yourself and be okay with everything. Everything that you've gone through, everything that you're struggling with, things that weren't your fault, things that you've had to unlearn. Forgive yourself and move forward. It's okay. All you have to do is worry about being better every day that you wake up. Being better than the person that you were yesterday. Take all of those expectations and weight off your shoulders. It's not that complicated. You just need to exist and find what fulfills you, what drives you, what moves you, and pursue it. You owe yourself that, because this is your life and you only get one. So you want to make the most of it. You want to be happy. You want to give yourself the absolute best. And when you stop trying to hold on to things that may no longer serve you, learn to let go. Master the art of detachment. Learn to let it go so that you can attract what is meant for you. If you are too attached to somebody else, if you are too attached to a situation, detach yourself from it. As hard as it may be in the beginning, just pretend in the beginning that you don't care about it as much as you do. As much as you want to hold on to this, let it go and see what happens. Because as you work on yourself and you grow yourself, you start attracting butterflies, you start attracting sunshine, sunlight, everything positive to your little garden. That's what I'm going to call it. Growing you is like growing a garden. You must pay attention to it. You must nurture you. You must speak positively. You have to think highly of yourself so that you can perform your absolute best and start living your best, because you deserve it. Nobody deserves a miserable life unless they constantly choose and are aware of what they are doing and they are only putting out negativity. But a lot of people aren't even aware of what they're doing or how they're moving because the self-awareness is not there. And that's okay. We're human, we grow, but some people are intentionally out here to do harm. I don't believe that's for everybody, but that's a conversation for another day. People are just so far gone. Know that if you want to do better, you are halfway there. And it's just about looking at that positive growth. Instead of thinking about the past, you think more of the future and what you're hoping to be, not everything that you're ashamed of. You have to move forward. You have to grow. You have to learn to let go to grow. And once you start understanding that and practicing it, it gets easier. That was a long rant. And lastly, of course, I'm just going in with the Mario Badescu. This is the facial mist. This one is the cucumber and green tea and aloe spray. So I'm pretty much done with my skincare routine. It's very basic, but that is all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up. And if you like my content, don't forget to subscribe for more. Bye guys. Mwah.